Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to a new video. So if you guys have been following me along for this whole journey, you guys know that one of the main reasons as to why I do these YouTube videos is simply because people ask me questions about the car. On the daily, people are messaging me, whether it's on Instagram or YouTube, asking about a specific part, saying, hey, I'm thinking about installing this or buying this. What are your thoughts? Is it worth it? So a really big reason as to why I started doing this whole entire YouTube thing was simply just to inform people, give people my experience, explain all the details of whatever it is that I may be reviewing or installing or trying out, just so people have a better understanding and idea of what that specific modification or part is all about. I always said that when I was younger, I wish I found somebody like me that goes into as much detail as I do, explain every single little thing about the modification, how to install it, what to do and all that. So I'm kind of just filling that role that I wish I had when I was younger, modifying my own cars. So what we're actually going to be going over in this video is a very, very highly asked question, and that is the iDoing head unit. I'm going to head in the car, going over all the details, kind of just going through it quickly. I'm not going to go into too much detail because I've had videos on this, kind of doing a whole walkthrough on it. But I wanted to give an update after all this time. A lot of people ask me, is it worth it? Is it holding up? Is it still something that I should buy? So I wanted to give you guys an update, let you guys know what I think after all this time, and explain a little bit of a detail as to why I decided to go with the iDoing head unit. All right, so as I mentioned, I've already done a full review on this unit many times. So I'm simply just going to start up the car. As you guys can see, this is the unit itself. There's a lot of different backgrounds and interfaces and themes that you can use. This is the one that I have been using for about a year now. I kind of change it up every once in a while. There's not too many. Now, keep in mind, I do have an older unit. This is over 4 years old. They have come out with more updated versions of this. It's the same, thing overall. But it's a little bit different interface. It's a little bit better processor and stuff like that. But still, I want to go over my specific unit. Now, a couple things to note is that this is HK compatible. So if you have the Harman Kardon system, there is a little checkbox or a little option that you can select if you do have that system. So you can run it if you have the base stereo or if you have the Harman Kardon. Back in the day when I got this, there wasn't a Harman Kardon option. Since then, iDoing has made some adjustments, and you are able to get one that works with the Harman Kardon, which is really nice. I'd be really curious to hear what that sounds like, because doing this with the kicker speaker upgrade that I do have in the STI was a massive difference. So I'd be interested in hearing the Harman Kardon one. But either way, this is the unit. Also, the newer ones do come with wireless CarPlay. Mine doesn't. I had to get an adapter. So the new one that you do pick up that is in the link below, it is wireless CarPlay, so all you gotta do is connect, and then every time you get in the car, it just automatically connects to CarPlay. So let's go over the details real quick. The overall interface is really fast. It doesn't lag or anything like that. It is really nice. Again, I've had this for 4.5 years now. It's never had any issues whatsoever in my time with this unit. I got this thing, I think it was like $350 or so. Literally plug and play. The reverse camera works and everything. The entire unit, everything comes with what you need. Literally a plug and play setup, so you don't need to do any, go to any custom audio place or anything like that to get this done. All the harnesses, they all plug into the OEM harnesses. It is a magnificent setup. Yes, you can go with a double DIN like a Sony or a Pioneer or something like that may have some more options. A little bit more customizable in terms of, if you're doing a custom stereo setup in your car. But for the average Joe like us, simple plug and play is absolutely amazing. And keep in mind, this does not come in Alcantara. I got all my iDoing head unit and pretty much all my interior wrapped in Alcantara by Overland Designs. So that is why the entire unit or the trim level is in Alcantara. But this is the unit itself. Very pleased with it. No joke, this has never let me down. Every single time I've gotten in this car, it has started right up. There is no load time pretty much. So, if I haven't driven the car in a while, it'll take probably 20 seconds or so. Not even that, probably 10-15 seconds. But if I drive in the car every single day, which most of you do with your WRXs or STIs, it starts right up as soon as you start the car. So you can get right into listening to music, putting in your navigation or whatever you need. And you are good to go. I solely use this unit for CarPlay, so I don't use any of the applications or anything that's available on this unit. When I first got it, I kind of played around with the navigation and stuff like that, but Over time, eventually, I just kind of went completely to CarPlay, which is what I use for navigation, for listening to music and everything. And to me, that is just kind of the best and easiest interface. But one really cool thing about this unit is, as you can see down here, it says controls. These are all your steering controls, so you literally can program every single button on here to what you want. I just programmed everything to exactly what stock is. So if I go to the volume here, I'm pressing the volume. As you can see, the volume goes up and down. All the buttons work in terms of the actual phone call. So if you get a call, you can answer and everything and hang up. As you can see, it went over to the phone when I pressed that. So as I mentioned, I use this unit solely for CarPlay, so I don't use any of the apps. But when I use the car very, very often, I don't need to go into the actual app. As soon as I start the car, the wireless CarPlay just connects automatically. But just for the sake of the video, I want to show you guys. So I'm just going to go to the app screen and then click AutoKit. That is the wireless CarPlay unit that I use. And there you go. It connects automatically, very, very quickly, very, very simply. So you don't have to press any extra buttons or anything like that. But as you can see, CarPlay, we got everything that we can possibly need. Personally, I use Spotify for my music streaming service. If you guys use Apple Music or Pandora or whatever, I don't even know people use Pandora anymore, but either way, all the streaming services worked on here just like normal CarPlay. It's exactly what you would expect. It really is a fantastic unit. It works perfectly. Again, after these 4.5 years I have used this, it has been absolutely flawless. So one of the cool things that you can do is you can change the color of the actual buttons that light up and all that. All right, so I've went over this before and all the different things you can change on this, but I'll show you how to get into this. I don't know if the password has changed, but mine is 3368. And hit confirm, and then I'm able to go in. You can change the radar display or the reverse parking lines and everything, so you can turn them on or off. I know a lot of people are asking me about that. You can change the different parking and track lines and everything when you are reversing. I have them both off because they never really lined up and they kind of just annoyed me, so I took that off. But if you scroll all the way down, you can go to the launcher section. This is where you can actually change your background. This is a different password, but this one is 1818. You hit confirm. And here are the different background options you can use. Right now I'm using this one, but you can change it over. I believe I was using that one for a while, which looks like this. But I changed it up and I ended up using the first one for a little bit. So we're going to go back to home launcher here and 1818, confirm. And let me just show you the other ones real quick. I think I showed it in a different video, but there you go. It's just pretty much different colors. There's not really much you can do. I'm not sure of the new one. If there's other options to change what it looks like, but for my specific one, there was only like 4. Yeah, there's only 4. We'll go that one real quick. So this one's a little bit different. Pretty cool looking. I actually might keep that on because I haven't used that one. It's pretty much, everything is exactly the same, but it's just a different layout, which is kind of cool. But honestly, this unit has been an absolutely flawless unit. I think one time years ago it froze on me and all I did was a reboot of the system. So you have to do that, you just swipe down and then you can click the power button or restart, and then everything just kind of re-kicks and restarts and you're good to go. And I never had a problem ever since I did that one time. But I mean, honestly, I don't think you can go wrong with this. I know a lot of people were hesitant on getting this because it bumps out more so than stock, but in person, it really, I mean, for me, for how detailed and crazy I am, this thing doesn't bother me at all. It actually is nice because it's a little bit closer to you, so you don't have to reach as far. I always felt that the stock unit, it obviously had no definition because it was just flat, but I always felt like it was almost too far. I know it sounds like I'm just making things up, but it is, honest to God, a true fact that I have noticed after using this for 4.5 years. It's a little bit closer to you. Obviously, the screen is much bigger, so it's much easier to read. Also, another thing that you can do on this is you can watch YouTube. You can watch literally anything that you want if you have Wi-Fi available. If you use your phone for a hotspot, you are able to watch literally anything you would be able to watch on your phone, which is pretty cool. Another cool thing that this actually comes with, I'll show you real quick, is it comes with a video player, so you can load videos or movies onto the system. This is just Transformers that's been on here. It's just kind of a sample. But as you can see, the overall quality of this is pretty darn insane. It's very, very clear. I was completely surprised by the overall quality of this. But yeah, you can load anything onto this, so if you had other videos or whatnot, most people would just use their phone and just kind of stream it. But yeah, I thought I would show that since that is a pretty cool feature. But pretty cool if you're on the road or something and you want to watch a video. You take a break or whatever from driving, you can watch Transformers or whatever you want on your iDoing Head unit. So if you guys are interested in this, again, I don't want to go into too much detail since I have videos on this before and it's just kind of very, very redundant, but I wanted to give you guys an update after the 4.5 years I have used this thing. It really, really is an amazing unit. I don't think you can go wrong with it. Anything else, anything aftermarket in terms of double DINs like the Sony units and stuff, I just never was a fan of because you had to use a different faceplate and it just looked very, very aftermarket. This looks very OEM. Everything flows really nicely. And this unit is available for many, many brands, even older generations as well. So if you're interested in picking one up, highly recommend it. I'm going to leave a link below. So if you are interested in picking one up, just use the link and it'll bring you right to this exact one, or the updated version, I should say. And then you can select the Harman Kardon little option, little box in case you have that. If not, you can just use the base one and you'll be good to go. All right, guys, so that is going to wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed it. After the 4.5 years of using this unit, I have been absolutely thrilled with the overall quality and just the overall performance of this thing. I know I said it quite a few times, but to be completely honest, I didn't think it was going to last as long as it currently does, or currently is. Like I mentioned, it only glitched out or froze that one time, and I just rebooted the entire unit, and it's been fine ever since. Never had a problem. Reverse camera works and everything, and I just couldn't be more thrilled with the overall price point as well as the overall quality and just the performance of that thing. I don't think you can go wrong. I know a lot of people run these units in their WRXs and STIs now, but if you haven't pulled the trigger yet, highly recommend it. There is a link below in the description if you guys are interested, whether you have a WRX or STI, whether it's a 2015 plus or a previous generation, they have one for you. They also have it for other brands as well, so it's not just Subarus. It has completely blown my expectations out of the water. Again, I did not expect it to last this long, and it's still kicking. In fact, I was actually thinking about picking up a new one just to try it out. I mean, I've been so happy with this one, but I figured maybe I'll just try out a new one, see what that's all about. See, you know, what the differences are and everything. I'm really curious to see what they've done after all these years. I know they improved it immensely, and I think it would be a pretty cool video to do an updated one and see what I think. But that's going to do it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions about the iDoing Headunit or anything else on the STI, please leave it in the comments below. But in the meantime, keep it clean, keep it simple, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.